Kia ora and welcome to Extra Time. I'm Andy Barrett. I didn't really know who this guy was because he had a haircut, but I could confirm this is Piri Weepu. How many years, bro, since you had a haircut?
Probably about 4
years.
4 years since I've cut my hair. So.
You're looking sharp, man. I bet you're a few Ks quicker now with the ball in hand.
Oh,
You can make a
no,
comeback.
it's still the same. I haven't gotten any faster.
I'd love
Maybe
to see.
just with the banter.
Yeah, there you go. And mate, this weekend, 4 teams left. Yeah, from 8 to 4. Your boys, the Hurricanes, against the Crusaders. Tell us about that rivalry, mate. As a player, what did that mean to play the Crusaders?
Oh, it was a huge challenge for any team, really. I think because they've been so consistent for so long, they've won so many titles. You know, you always want to play against the best team at the time, and pretty much throughout my career, they were pretty much one of the top teams that you always wanted to, beat. And it wasn't easy, especially down there. Man, it's like a fortress down there. So you know, it's always been a big rivalry, and I think the Canes have got their hands full, really.
Yeah, and Crusaders won about 20 knockout games in a row, and at home, as you said, it's an absolute fortress, mate. So Canes have it against them this week, I think, but there's huge head-to-head clashes across the park. One big one we're going to take a look at is Richie against Beauden Barrett. Both had great games last week. Let's have a look at Richie here. He scored 23 points for the Crusaders.
I think, he's actually coming, he's basically timed his run really well. I guess we talked about last week that because they had the bye, they might be a bit rusty. They were a bit slow at the start. And, they've probably been the best team to perform in the second half throughout the competition. They're always slow to start. And then basically, once you sort of get that engine oiled, she's hard to stop. But when you've got a playmaker like Mo'unga, who's just taking the ball to the line, creating opportunities. Not only is he creating opportunities, but when there are opportunities that pop up, like that chip, he's chasing it and he's trying to make sure that he scores a try. It's not easy when you're trying to rip the ball off someone as well at the same time, but still being able to get the meat pie out of it. But
that's right.
He's playing great rugby, and he's probably one that, although they've got threats from 1 to 15, he's probably their main man that they've got to keep contained.
He's their main weapon and great playmaker. He's looking to now lead into the 3rd title in a row, which is incredible for such a young player. He's only still 23, 24 years of age.
Kind of just like, of old.
Just like you back in the day,
Oh, no, not quite. But that's just Crusaders of old, having a pivot that's, so influential in their team. Yeah. And probably helps that they've got a great bloody number 8 and a lock that's captaining the team really well too. So
that's it. And talking about pivots, mate, Beauden Barrett, he's been at the top of his game for years now. And a couple of nice touches on the weekend against the Bulls led to Hurricanes tries.
Yeah, I guess, seeing opportunity, taking the ball to the line, and then basically picking the person that's in the hole. Obviously being latched onto that one, but even here, speeding the game up, trying not to allow the Bulls boys to have a rest, creating that speed with during the game, and obviously he didn't get the meat pie, but
Celeste on the spot, he opened it up for them, mate.
He's been consistent. He may have had maybe one game that he didn't really, influence himself on the game, but he's been pretty consistent this year. Both pivots are probably hitting their straps at the right time of the season.
It's a bit of an All Blacks trial this week, eh? So Barrett v Mo'unga, potentially.
Not just those two.
Not just those two.
There's bloody Crotty,
Lamape,
Nani, Colsey.
Severe.
Exactly. So there's obviously a lot of head-to-head clashes this week.
It's like an old school possibles v probables trial, isn't it? It's like the old school days, isn't it? Yeah.
White jerseys, black jerseys. There you go.
There we go.
This is a tough one. Like, going down there is not easy. Yeah. But obviously the Canes are going to go in there and try and throw the kitchen sink at them because it's all you can really do against the Crusaders when they're at home.
Yeah. Mate, we're going to look at some stats really quickly now, attacking stats. So Crusaders, in the attack, Hurricanes Crusaders, dominate the attack in the competition, but Crusaders have scored more tries, they've made more clean breaks, they've made more offloads, they've made more meters, carries and passes than the Hurricanes. How do the Hurricanes diffuse that?
Try and kill their set piece. That's their main source of, or to work off, off set piece. But I mean, you can't, I don't know how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because their line-out's very strong. Their scrum's bloody outstanding.
It's an All Blacks pack, isn't it?
Exactly, so that's something that you've got to try and take away from them, which is one of their strengths, so that they have a good platform to work off. You can disrupt that, you be in with half a chance, and I don't know, maybe attack out wide. Obviously, Crusaders some are really tight near the middle. They may give up a bit of space out wide. But I mean, in saying that, they're pretty strong right across the field.
It's trying to find a chink in their armour, but having Artie and Dane Coles, they're real disruptors. You know, they have a bit of niggle, but they just play full throttle. You know, maybe that's something that could upset the Crusaders a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've always been the bullies, so you want to go down there and try and bully the bullies, really. Only because, you know, they're just really good at doing their job. Individually, I mean, you're talking about clean breaks, offloads within their structure. Everyone understands their role, and they're pretty much playing chess the whole time. You're not going to get checkmate right at the start. There's a lot of things you got to do to sacrifice to get over the line, get over the advantage line, and I mean, you've got props that are throwing bloody tip
props,
balls and release passes and things like that, which is good for the game here, so that, you know, we're used to seeing bloody props just carry the ball into a brick wall and then recycle the ball. But continuity for the Crusaders, you got to try and stop that. You know, if they can get a roll on, it's going to be a tough one. But it's a tough one.
Mate, we're going to shift over to Buenos Aires now. So Jaguares v the Brumbies. Brumbies have just kept getting better this year, and they looked really strong on the weekend against the Sharks. Some amazing tries.
Yeah, I think obviously they were at the top of their conference, and just being able to have that confidence. You know, they're playing really well. They're getting themselves into the game really well, and obviously they've seen things differently now. You probably wouldn't have been able to see those earlier on, and obviously with their game plan that they've got, and the moves that they've got within their game plan is working in their favour. And I mean, they've got guys that probably they wouldn't have thought would stand out, and they're putting their hand up and just showing everyone, you know, we're doing really well this year and we want to put our hand up to do the job.
Yeah, and Jaguares obviously made history last week, first time in a semi-final, and a chance for more history to make it into final. Big pack, but then it took a while to actually shift the ball wide against the Chiefs. But when they did, they caused some damage.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, everyone expects them just to chip away and just use basically that, their forwards. And you know, when they're creating opportunities like that out wide, because teams think that's all they're going to do. It's basically, I mean, they always play expensive rugby when they do get the opportunity. They're not afraid to throw the ball around or anything like that, or even move the ball wide. But I mean, their skill set's pretty similar to the French, really. You know, offloading, they like to sort of do the old offloads, flash passes, no lookers sometimes, and a lot of the time, everyone's on par with.
Comes off.
Almost like the Fijian Sevens team, they're throwing the ball anywhere, and the next person's there from their team picks it up. So
when their confidence is high, they're hard to stop, and they're on a roll at the moment.
But it's good for them. 4 years in the comp, they've made it to the semis, and they're pushing to, you know, go that next step. And you know, it's not going to be easy with the Brumbies. Brumbies are playing really well, so that's going to be another tough
cracking
game.
Semi. And now time for you to make your picks, mate. First game of the weekend is the Jaguares against the Brumbies. That's on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. New Zealand time. Who's winning that one?
I've been back in the Jaguares most of the season, but I've got my whole flatmates playing for the Brumbies too.
That's a hard one. That's
You'll pick the mate or do Look, for the game, I think I want the Jaguares to go on to the next stage, only because, you know, they've already made history.
Yeah.
And for them to go the next step will make it even more memorable for them, especially the players themselves.
Yeah.
So
There's going to be a hot crowd there for that one. Then Saturday night, Orange Theory Stadium in Christchurch, Crusaders, Hurricanes. Can the Canes do it?
Got to stick with the team, bro. I've got to stick with the Canes.
Canes.
Yeah.
Canes. So Piri's picking a Hurricanes Jaguares final.
Jeez, this could be 0 from 2.
On his earrings. I like it. At Orange Theory Stadium, I've got a theory too, and it's the same as Piri's. My theory is that it's yellow and black all day on Saturday at Christchurch. So if you're in town, if you're in Christchurch, make sure you get along to this game or flick on Sky Sport because it's going to be a cracker.
Take about 20 layers too because it's going to be freezing.